Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Wimpy Laboratories' second webinar of 2024 on the topic, the importance of geotechnical investigation in construction. We are thrilled to have you all here today, and throughout this session, we encourage you to engage with us through our chat box and question and answers features, which will be addressed towards the end of this session. Before we dive into our main agenda of today, Wimpy Laboratories seeks to encourage women empowerment, as it can be seen from the great line of female speakers in this session. Join me in welcoming Ms. Rana Leila with her expertise and insight in our discussion of today. Originally from India with 6 years experience in geotechnical field. Ms. Rana holds a master's degree in geotechnical engineering, and she currently serves as a senior geotechnical engineer at Wimpy Laboratories. Alongside is our talented Emirati, Ms. Hamda Abloshi, known for her innovative approach to the environmental field in the last 1 year working with us. Ms. Hamda is a graduate in environmental science and sustainability and is holding a position of environmental engineer, not forgetting myself, Blanche Conlac from Cameroon, precisely from West Africa, with a bachelor's degree in business administration, having about 5 years experience in the sales and marketing field. Next slide, please. Furthermore, we would like to give a brief introduction of our Swiss-based group company, Geotechnical, which is currently celebrating a milestone of 50 years, being a leading provider in inspection, certification, supply chain assurance, training and testing services in the industry. With our worldwide coverage and various laboratories, we offer solutions to make supply chains safer and more efficient for our clients. Our trusted network and professionals and certified laboratories provide expertise across 5 key sectors, namely agriculture, food safety, metals and minerals, and consumer good retail. For further information on our insights and our capabilities, please follow us on our social media channels. Without further ado, we'd like to invite Ms. Hamda to take over from here to share you more about what Wimpy Laboratories is all about.
Thank you, Blanche. Before I start the introduction, I would like to welcome you all in our second webinar. I'm pleased to have you all. As you all know, Wimpy Laboratory is a leading player in the UAE in testing with 18 years of experience in the region and total of 4,800 accredited tests. We have 2 different branches, one in Dubai and one in Abu Dhabi as well. However, our company provides different testing methods with high quality products, and we have clients from over 46 various countries. Next slide, please. So as our company grows, the family of Wimpy grows with us too. By now, we have 350 technicians from different countries around the world. To sum up this introduction, our company's vision is to become a market leader in testing and collaboration. In this slide, I would like to introduce you to our testing types. We have a different type of testing, such as chemical, microbiological, environmental, oil and gas, construction, geotechnical, and as you can see. Next, please. Talking about the accreditation, we are a trusted lab, so of course we are ISO certified and licensed laboratory. We are licensed by the local municipality, both in Dubai and Abu Dhabi as well, to operate any working that's done by us. For the accreditation, Wimpy is accredited by IAC in Dubai and INAS in Abu Dhabi. But let me light you up more. We are internationally accredited too by YAS in USA. Also, we are approved lab by GAFTA, FOSFA, and SASO in Saudi Arabia. But before I end this, I would like to introduce myself more in Arabic because I forget to do that. My name is Hamda. أنا تخرجت من جامعة زايد، عمري 23 سنة. أشتغل مع ويمبي حاليا من سنة تقريبا. but it's easy to conduct in English because like it's an easy way to conduct with people. It's an easy language to people to understand more. Thank you. That was the end of my part.
Thank you, Ms. Hamda, for the wonderful presentation. Moving forward, we'll give the floor to Ms. Rana.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Dahna Leila, Senior Geotechnical Engineer at INPI Laboratories. I'm very happy to see the number of attendees here, quite good number. Thank you all those who have joined us today with us for the thrill topic, that is webinar on importance of geotechnical investigation in construction industry. I hope this session will expand your insights and knowledge on this same topic. Okay. Let's know what is geotechnical investigation. I think everyone of you is aware of the term and the stream civil engineering, right? Geotechnical investigation comes under the stream geotechnical engineering. It is a pivotal branch of civil engineering which plays an important role in successfulness of a construction project. Usually, it focuses on studying what is below the earth strata, that is, evaluating the conditions and properties of the soil, rock, groundwater at the proposed site of the development. The main goal why we are doing the soil investigation or the geotechnical investigation is to collect the valuable informations that are the geological characteristics which can helps in turn for the foundation designing, analysis of the earthwork, excavations, slope stabilities, etc. Actually, by doing this or understanding these properties, geotechnical engineers can provide insights that are critical for the design and construction of the safe and stable structures. So, see, now we are going to discuss the essential part of geotechnical, that is importance of the geotechnical investigation. Actually, this is the indispensable for all type of construction projects. That is, whether you are building a simple structure like one-storied building, or you are looking for a large-scale infrastructure development, whether it is a bridge, whether it is a metro, high-speed rails, what bridges, whatever be the construction, geotechnical investigation is super mandatory. Like it can lead to understanding of ground conditions that can prevent costly failures and ensure long-term stability of the structures. In UAE, especially, and not only in UAE, most of the countries, even for small project, it is mandatory that without a proper geotechnical investigation report, the authorities will not give the permit for the construction. Are you looking for constructing any building? If you have a plan, let's see the key factors that you need to consider before constructing a building. You all can see the screen. There is a picture. How beautiful it is, right? Without a landscaping, very beautiful, impressive structures. See, we all are every time we are seeing the outer part of the earth, that is, we are seeing these beautiful parts of the building only. We often marvel at these impressive structures around like around us, like Burj Khalifa, Future of Museum, Dubai Frame. I think some of the participants are not from UAE, some other countries also. You may impress about the structures at your country, like Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty, etc. You guys may think and discuss about the design, functionality, and the innovation of those buildings, right? Have you ever think about the unseen factor of that building? That is but it is very important also. Yes, this is the foundation. Foundation is the main structural element that carry the load of the superstructure and carries it and distribute it uniformly to the edge strata. I think everybody is aware about the foundation, the term, right? When constructing a building, think whether it is safe and stable. Is it sustainable? Is it cost effective? Is it saving your time and resources? Is it a well designed foundation? Is it complying with the regulatory terms and conditions? Let's look these factors in detail. Okay. First is the safety. As you all know, this term safety is a paramount concern in any construction project. Ensuring stability and integrity of the superstructure prevents catastrophic failures and hence protect the lives. Geotechnical investigation contributes to the safety, that is, it evaluates soil and rock properties. By that, we can design the foundation very well so that it can withstand the loads, seismic activities, and the environmental conditions. Then, moving to the next point, that is a sustainability. Sustainability means, yes, it involves using resources efficiently, minimizing the environmental impact, ensuring that the structures are durable and adaptable for the future use as well. Same like the term itself, geotechnical investigation contribute safety also and sustainability also. That is, by understanding the ground condition, engineers can properly recommend the type of foundations that require fewer materials, thus reducing the carbon footprint. Then some of we in geotechnical investigation, we have some of the technologies like soil stabilization using recycled materials in construction contribute sustainability. So these sustainable practices leads to reduced maintenance cost and longer span of structures, which in turn benefiting both the environment and the economy. The next part is the cost effective. Yes, money is important. Managing cost is very necessary and it is a critical part of the construction as well. We should follow cost effective design and construction methods so that we can stay within the budget. So we need to make sure whether the construction is cost effective. How can we ensure that? Geotechnical investigation contributes to cost effectiveness. Proper geotechnical investigation can identify what is the best suitable foundation. Maybe your proposed site maybe have very worsened strata like loose layers, expansive soils, or any potential hazard it may have. What if you are not doing the geotechnical investigation? You will have construct one building there. Do you think that it will be safe? No, it will fail. Again, you need to invest time, money on maintenance, repairing. These will again make you cost. So understanding the best foundation that can carry your load and the load of the structure, it will help you to cost effectiveness. So foundation design is also one of the important point, which is the next point. Foundation design, as you know, foundation is the structural part which carry all the loads. So what you know how big our structures are like, especially in UAE, it is the desert soil. It has it, and we can understand how big the structures are. But still, in this desert soil, these structures are standing quite high and safe. That means proper geotechnical investigation was done there. That is why it is standing well. There are lot different type of foundation like isolated foundations, strip foundations, a raft foundation. You'll need to unlock your iPhone first. Raft foundation, pile foundation, mat foundation, everything. So understanding and choosing which is the best type of foundation will help you in so many aspects. Like you don't need to invest on pile foundation if your strata is very good. So understanding the best foundation type is very important. Then time and resources. Efficient project management requires adherence to timelines and cost savings. See, we should understand whether our project is getting over by within the time. Otherwise, it will again lead us to investing the money. So proper geotechnical investigation can streamline the construction process. Early identification of potential issues like if any liquefaction is there, if any cavities is there. To understand these things, geotechnical investigation is mandatory. And other resources is we geotechnical engineering field is using so many softwares for the analysis and predictions, which can in help planning and utilization. Then, very important point is this over regulatory compliances. As you everyone know that we have local, national, international codes and standards. Adhering to local and national, international building codes and standard is mandatory for any construction of the projects. Then this geotechnical regulations differs as region differs. Every country will have codes and standards that must be followed. Have you ever seen anybody who got famous because of its incapability? I will show you one. Yes, this is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It got famous only because of its lean. Do you know what is lean? What this lean is about? This lean began at the early construction stage in 12th century. That is, with when the build this Pisa Tower is constructed, that time itself during the construction it started leaning, means the soft ground which could not properly support the structure's weight, means the soil ground, the ground was that much worse in, and that leads to improper geotechnical investigation. This is a global representation of an improper geotechnical investigation. Now let's see a case study which happened recently in UAE. See, this is a paper cutting that depicts a news published in Khaleej Times on 20th June 2024. I hope you all remember the hectic rain and storm that impacted in UAE and nearest GCC countries. We all went through a very hard time, so you guys won't forget. During that time, a building failure happened in Muhaisna 4 on April 19, 2024. One side of the building had suffered damages and causes crack and tilt to one side. That is, some settlement happened at one side of the building. So it sat down. Will you be brave enough to buy an apartment in the same building? Can you imagine the investment and the cost the owner needs to put in as a maintenance cost and repair cost? Do you know? Can you imagine the legal issues that the owner will face? So, do you know what is the reasons of these failures? Let's have a look to the reasons of the failures of these kind of buildings. The very first reason is improper geotechnical investigation. See, without the improper geotechnical investigation, we cannot identify some of the factors that are, see, inadequate soil compaction or the presence of expansive soils such as clay, like any compaction, improper, inadequate soil compaction or presence of expansive soils that leads to cracks and structural instability. Maybe that is one of the reason. And one of the another reason maybe it is variation of the groundwater that cause hydrostatic pressure and cause failures to the foundation. That was happened during the rainy time, right? So it may be one of the reason. And the reason can be improper design foundation. Just imagine if you are going to build one structure and your proposed site having very worst start. You are not doing the geotechnical investigation. What if you are building a structure there? It will immediately fail. It will make you cost. What if you have a very good strata, very well strengthened rocks, you have very dense soil, everything, and you are again doing the improvement there, you are recommended pile foundation. It is a waste of money as well. So understanding the geotechnical investigation, geotechnical investigation, understanding the type of foundation and designing the foundation well is very important. And one of the another reason may be not understanding the potential risk hazard like liquefaction, that is not identifying these things, like if there is any potential liquefaction is there, is the seismic analysis or presence of worse soil layers or cavities. So these may be the reasons of the failures. To mitigate these risks, thorough geotechnical investigation is a very essential. So our next slide will show the benefits of geotechnical investigation. How geotechnical investigation is helping? One is identification of the soil and rock strata. Understanding the layering, the properties of the subsurface materials, is very important. It helps in designing the foundation, earthworks, excavation of the slopes. Identifying the soil and rock layers, we will get the mechanical and engineering properties of the soil and rock strata. So identifying these things is very important and major thing in geotechnical investigation. Next is understanding the water levels. It helps to know the flow patterns beneath the ground and potential water related risks such as you know, flooding, soil erosion, or groundwater seepage and everything, which in helps designing of drainage systems, dewatering, whether it is dewatering is necessary for the construction of my building, waterproofing solutions, etc. Then finding the potential hazards. Same as I said earlier, identifying the geological hazards like landsliding, seismic risk, and expansive presence of expansive soil, everything. By doing geotechnical investigation, we can understand these things as well. The next point is assessing relative density of soil and strength of rock. See, we should understand the engineering and mechanical properties of the soil and the rock so that the engineers can design and recommend the foundation suitably. Only doing geotechnical investigation only we can understand these points. Let's see our expertise in a nutshell. These are the process of geotechnical investigation. So I'm not elaborating this, just giving you a list. We can elaborate these points in the next slide. See, the process is that we should do the site investigation, initial investigation. Initial investigation means to understand the local area, how it is. Is there any nearby structures are there? If I'm doing geotechnical investigation, will it affect these nearby structures? So we need to do a initial site visit before the geotechnical investigation, or this initial visit is a very first step of geotechnical investigation. And one more another thing is we can see any dewatering is happening in the nearby area so that it will affect our groundwater levels, and understanding whether our geotechnical investigation tools and machinery rigs are accessible to the site or not. If it is not, we should make arrangements for the geotechnical investigation. That is the first thing. And the second thing is we will start doing the drilling and groundwater monitoring. Usually SPT will be done at site for the soil layers and coring for the rock layers, and we will understand where is the groundwater as we go down. As we drill down, we will understand at what depth the groundwater is coming. Actually, the normal water enhances. We are using water for enhancing the geotechnical investigation. So it may get confused whether it is the groundwater or the water that we use for enhancing the geotechnical investigation. So after 24 hours of this process, we will again go back to the site and we will collect the exact groundwater level. After the fluctuations and everything, we will get the correct groundwater level. That is the second thing. Once we have done these testing, we will do some field test as well. If it is necessary for this scope of work, such as packer permeability test is necessary, or field permeability test, or relative density test, electrical soil relativity test. If it is necessary for the project, we have to do these tests as well and in site. Once these are done, we will collect these samples to the laboratory, where we will describe the soil samples, like, okay, if it is medium dense, is it dense, is it very dense, where the at what depth the rock level started, everything we will collect and we will understand. So this is what is called logging. After this, we will do the segregation of the samples. We will collect some of the samples and we will send it to the laboratory for further testing. Some laboratory testing, like it is very major routine tests, are like UCS for rock to understand the strength of the rock and particle size distribution of the soil, so that we can understand whether it is any clay sample or any clay is there. If there is clay, we need to do Atterberg test, something. So there are multiple tests like that we need to perform in the laboratory. And we need to do the chemical testing as well to know the sulfate content, chloride content, pH value of the groundwater and the soil. Then once the laboratory tests are arrived, it is everything go to the engineers. They will evaluate the results. They will have a thorough study on the results. Then we will find the bearing capacity and settlement of the foundations and the soil, means the soil. So geotechnical engineers take a very key role in giving the recommendations. By understanding the results, we will arrive what is the type of foundation which can be recommended at that particular site. It is very important selecting the design of the foundation. So then one of the other thing that we have is the slope stability analysis and reporting. Slope stability, in order to make a well stable slope, we need to understand whether the slope will be stable without any support or any shoring system is required or not. For that, we can use slope stability analysis. By doing that, before doing the excavation, we can predict whether it will be stable or not. Moving to the next slide. It is very important that is sticking to the regulatory compliance in all the fields, not only in civil engineering, every engineering field and other construction industry areas has to stick on to the regulatory compliance. In geotechnical investigation, we need to take the NOC and permits from the authorities and the developers. That is a very important stage. We need to get the permits for the investigation at a particular site. This is that we are taking the NOCs. We have municipalities. We need to get intimation with the municipalities before any construction activities in the as a part of geotechnical investigation. And by doing this, they will tell us whether any utility cables or lines that is going down, so that if we are getting intimation, if they are giving you assurance, we can start the drilling process over there. And we need to take the approvals from authorities like Truckies, Nakil, Miras, Dubai South that are in Dubai. And for Abu Dhabi, Emirates, we have Aldar, Provits, these kind of developers. So we need to take the approvals from these authorities is one of the main step that we need to follow. As I said earlier, we have local, national, international standards and building codes that we need to stick into. Engineers will give recommendations based on standing on the regulations and of the standard. Especially in Dubai, we are using Dubai International Building Code, and for Abu Dhabi, we are using Abu Dhabi International Building Code for the giving the recommendation. We need to understand the limiting values, which is very well described in these standards and codes. The next thing is the more storage and monitoring of the soils and the core. After drilling, the samples will be collected and sent to the laboratory. We need to keep these samples, whether it is water or soil or rock, whatever, we need to keep that in a very well maintained temperature. That is also one of the main regulatory complaints that we need to follow. I think we can move to another slide. Okay. I show one slide, case study, right? That is the failure of one building at Muhaisana. Moreover, I explained one thing, that geotechnical investigation is mandatory. Without this, we will not get the permit for building construction. That is little contradictory, right? One building got failure, but that that the geotechnical investigation was also done as this is in UAE. So what is the reason? One of the reason is it is not the geotechnical investigation. It is the proper geotechnical investigation that we need to do. So choosing the laboratory is one of the main key factors. So why Wimpy laboratories? We have a high quality equipments like our rigs, our drilling tools, everything is properly calibrated and certified rigs. That is one of the main quality we have. The second thing is we have experienced trained drillers and supervisors who are with us for past 16 years. So that is a very keystone as a company. And we have qualified engineers, geologists, technicians, everyone who got trained from IAC and INAS accredited centers. And we have high facility laboratory services. This result of the laboratory test results in turn helps in engineers to arrive at solutions. So what if the laboratory test results are not accurate? It will in turn affect the engineer's decision. So it is very important that we should follow a high standard facility laboratory services. We ensure 100% accurate results and wide range of testing that we have, which is with accredited and calibrated machines. I think with this slides, I have end up my session. I hope you got some aspect and idea about geotechnical investigation that is very important that we have to do mandatorily. Safety, sustainability, cost effectiveness, foundation design, regulatory compliance, everything is very important in geotechnical investigation. And it is not geotechnical investigation. Proper geotechnical investigation is the key for any successfulness of a completion of a project. That is also a main point, I think. With this, I am ending my session. Thank you all the listeners for hearing me patiently. I hope my session give you some insights and help to expand your knowledge in the topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rana, for the detailed and insightful presentation. And thank you all for your engagement so far. So now we'll be moving to the question and answer session of this webinar. We shall begin with some questions that were submitted earlier during the registration process. And please participate by typing your questions in the chat box or in the question and answer section, and we'll do our best to address them accordingly. So we'll be starting with the first question. We're a consulting firm based in KSA, that's Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would like to know about the foundation design recommendations after geotechnical investigation. I'll take it one more time. We are a consulting firm based in Saudi Arabia. We would like to know about the foundation design recommended after geotechnical investigation.
Okay. See, actually, once the geotechnical investigation is done, the samples will taken to the laboratory. After that, we will test the samples for some of the particular tests, same like UCS. From UCS, we can understand the strength of the rock, what UCS value it have. Then we can understand the particle size distribution from the sand. We can understand from the chemical test result, we can understand what is the sulfate, what is the chloride, what is the pH value of water and soil. So with these things, we will go some of the calculations and engineering methods. We can know the parameters like what is the phi value, what is the C value of the soil, what is the modulus of elasticity of these soils, what is the UCS value of this rock. By that, we will go through engineering calculations, like there are several methods. After knowing the modulus of elasticity, there are several methods. With that, we will understand what is the settlement. If we are giving this much pressure, if this much load, what will be the settlement? And the limited settlement of the shallow foundations are 25 mm throughout the design life of the structure. And for raw foundation, it can be 50 mm. So we will do the calculations. By that, we can know what is the limiting load that soil can take. So we will give, okay, if it is we will suggest, okay, this foundation can be given. If this much is the load, this will be the settlement. So accordingly, the designers can choose. The structural designer will choose what foundation they should adopt. We will just recommend this is the capacity of the soil. If your design load is within this value, you can adopt this one. Otherwise, you need to improve the soil. If the soil is very weak, if it is very loose, it is the rock level is very deep down, then we will recommend pile foundations. That the pile can carry more load than other foundations. So this way we will give the recommendations. Blanche?
Yeah, thank you. Now moving forward to our next question. How do geotechnical findings influence construction projects? I'll take that again. How do geotechnical findings it's fine? Okay.
Okay, geotech. My presentation was all about the how this geotechnical investigation helps in construction projects. While by doing geotechnical investigation, we can understand whether any critical potential hazards are there, like is there any chances of liquefaction? Is there are any cavities are there? Is there are loose layers are there? Any expansive soil like clays are there? If that is the case, we will recommend accordingly. We need to do the stabilization and improvement method. First of all, you can start your construction only making your ground perfect to 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 take your load. So it is with the after giving the geotechnical engineers giving the recommendation, the structural engineers can choose accordingly. And also we will give the mitigation measures also. If these kind of potential hazards are there, we will give recommendation to how to mitigate these problems also. That also we will give.
Okay, I think we're having a similar question like that on the chat box, but I'll ask that later. So go to the next question. We were working with Wimpy Laboratories for the past 8 years in various projects for the Dubai region. I am looking for a farmhouse project in Fujairah. We approached Wimpy Lab, but the rate looks high this time. Why is this so?
Okay, nice question anyway. Yeah. Okay, so see, as the questioner mentioned already that he was working with us past 8 years, and in Dubai region. See, in Dubai region, the stratigraphy in Dubai and Fujairah, and he is looking for his next project in Fujairah. The stratigraphy is entirely different for Dubai and Fujairah. If you can see, in the Dubai stratigraphy is always like medium dense, very dense, dense sand layers, or the some of the areas may have clay layers. Going to the rock area, we will have sandstone, gypsum, conglomerate. These are the stratigraphy. But while going to the Fujairah, as you all know, this is a rocky area. This is a hilly mountain place. The Fujairah is famous for that. So drilling drilling this ground there is very hard and very tough. It is not that easy to drill same like Dubai. So if we can drill at up to 10 meters in Dubai one day, it will maybe zero point 0.5 meters or 1 meter we can drill in Fujairah. That the rocks and stratigraphy is that much hard, so the rate may be different. So the effort that we are putting in a day is different than the Dubai. And also we need to transport till Fujairah, the rigs and tools, everything that needs to be transported till Fujairah. So that is also an addition of cost. So that everything will account in the rates. That is why.
Okay, thank you for the insightful explanation. One more question. Can you tell about stone columns in GI? That's geotechnical investigation. Can you tell about stone columns? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think GI means geotechnical investigation, the questioner may mean. Stone columns are one of an improvement method, ground improvement method. Once we do geotechnical investigation and we are identifying the strata or the site is very weak or there are loose layers and your design load cannot taken by the foundation, if you are placing your foundation at that site, we can give recommendation like these are the ground improvement method. If you are improving your ground, you can have that structure there. So the stone column is one of the geotechnical improvement method. In stone column, what we are doing is we are replacing these loose layers with the aggregates like columns. We are with the compact, maybe the soil may not be compactable in that site. We are replacing that layers with the columns, with well compacted columns. That is the stone column is about. Actually, stone column is a vibro replacement method. It is a vibro replacement. We are replacing the loose layers with the well compacted columns.
Thank you, Ms. Rana. So, yeah, move to the next question. You were mentioning about the liquefaction in the section. What is it actually? Like you were mentioning liquefaction in one section.
Yeah, got it.
So what is it actually?
Okay, so liquefaction is a phenomenon. It is happening in the loose soil when the loose soils are getting saturated. Okay, imagine if you are taking a, uh, a, a hand of sand and you are putting that in a jar with water. What it will happen? It will settle down, right? What you are shaking your jar, the mud, everything will go back, right? It will come up. That time, if that agitation is happening, the soil is act like a liquid, right? When we are giving time to settle, then only it will come, it will gain its shear strength and it will come down. Same like if some earthquake or something is happening, the soil is getting vibration, it is getting a shake. That time, if water is there, if that loose layers are near to the water level, the soil layers will act as a liquid. So it will come out with the water, leading to all the soil will come apart from that side. It will lead to failure of the structure. It is a very important question actually. It is a it is important phenomenon. Thank you for the question. If those who were not understanding what is liquefaction.
Okay, I think that's it for I'll move to the next question. This question is coming from the chat box. As you know, due to the heavy rain in Dubai, mostly the structures face settlement issues. How to mitigate such issues? I'll take it one more time. It's okay?
Yeah. Yes. Any just a second, Blanche. Let me see the chat box. Okay. Yes, one more time, Blanche.
As you know, due to the heavy rains in Dubai, mostly the structures face settlement issues. How to mitigate such issues?
Yes. See, even I have showed one example as well. See, the settlement issues. Why this settlement is happening? If settlement is happening, the structure will fail. That is the thing. We need to reduce the settlement with these issues. The proper geotechnical investigation is the best solution. Once you are doing the geotechnical investigation, we know if there are any expansive soil or loose layers, any worse soil stratigraphy is there. By understanding that, maybe in some of the site from 2 meter to 4 meter, maybe it is loose. You cannot construct anything on a loose soil strata because the loose soil strata cannot take up that much weight. You need to either replace or do any improvement method to densify that soil, and then only you can build the structure there. See, the settlement issues is make sure that your foundation is you are selecting the best foundation method. That is one thing. And the settlement criteria, when geotechnical engineers are giving you the recommendation, we may tell if you are placing your foundation at 1.5 meters, this will be the load that the foundation can take up while doing the construction. This much your building will go. Anyway, some settlement of will be happening. It should be within 25 mm. So by proper geotechnical investigation, you can mitigate such issues.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rana. I can see we are having some questions coming up here. I will just go with this one. In existing building, after the rain, settlement issues arises after the rain.
I think same question.
I think it's the same. It's
same question. Yes, same question.
Okay. Then I'm going now into the question and answer section.
Yeah, I can see one question like in a construction testing laboratory, how much percentage of proper proportion of geotechnical investigation?
Yeah.
See, geotechnical investigation, see the proportion of geotechnical investigation is we are dealing in some of the areas, like one is the civil area, that is we need to do the laboratory testing like particle size distribution, UCS testing and Atterberg testing. Shear, we can do direct shear tests, triaxial tests, that things are coming under civil. And we can do the chemical test, chemical testing, that is one of the part of geotechnical investigation. So percentage of proportion means these are the testing actually it is coming for geotechnical investigation.
Okay. I think that's it. Any more questions? I think we'll give few minutes. If no more questions, then
Yes.
Ms. Rana, there's a question like, in which case should sheet piles walls be used? In which case should sheet piles wall be used?
Sheet pile wall.
Yeah.
The sheet piles are actually a shoring system. When we are doing the excavation, we need to support the excavation. If while that is a shoring system, shoring excavation, for that we need to give support. Sheet pile walls are for shoring excavations, not for like supporting the foundation. It is a shoring system actually. When we excavate, if our excavation is deeper and it is not standing naturally, we need to support those excavation with sheet pile walls. Especially in waterlogged areas, these sheet pile walls can be used.
Okay. I think we'll just take this question as the last question because we're all running out of time. Is any international should I?
Yes, this then.
Yeah. Is any international standard available to perform geotechnical investigation? Is there any international standard available to perform geotechnical investigation?
Yes, ASTM standards and our BS standards, everything we are using. We have the standards for construction of geotechnical investigation. We have the standards. We need to follow these standards for the geotechnical investigation, where everything is clearly mentioned, what all limiting values and everything we need to take, how we need to perform the geotechnical investigations. Everything is there that we need to follow.
Okay.
And the codes, the codes that we are using for the testing is based on international standards also.
Okay. I think we have some questions more, additional questions in the chat box.
Yeah.
In GI, that's in geotechnical investigation, what will be good? What will be the good practice? Actually, different firms will differ values. So how can we trust on a firm?
Okay, got the question.
Okay.
See, geotech, that is the importance of regulatory compliance. We have a set of codes and standard that we need to follow. If your construction is in UAE, if your construction is in Dubai, you need to follow the code of practice of geotechnical investigation, that is BS 5930, for the method, for the detailed detailing of how we need to perform, what are the limiting values, how we need to do the testing at the site, what all the laboratory testing that we need to follow. Everything is clearly mentioned. Every firm which firm you are approaching, everyone should adhere to these standards, will give you a very good and proper geotechnical investigation. That is the answer. Maybe it's person to person, laboratory to laboratory may change, but everybody should compliance with the regulation is very important. And this method of calculation that is using also can vary. Some engineers may use Bubbles method. Some engineers may use Schmertzman method for the analysis. For the pile calculation, some engineers may use O'Neill and Rees method. Someone will use Tomlinson method. Based on the method of calculation, also the values can be varied, but not that much, not in that much range, but it can vary. But that is also an important thing. There is no particular method that should be followed for the calculation of this method. That is, there is no clause or mentioning in the standards for the method of calculation. So, but it will not vary much. That is one thing you can make sure about.
Okay, one more question. What are the chemical testing we should do? Well, I think the question was, what are the chemical testing to be done in geotechnical investigation?
See, it is to understand the sulfate and chloride and pH of the soil and the water.
يعني تشنك.
Hamza, can you put on your speaker is on? Okay. Yes, Blanche.
Yeah, in geotechnical work, one moment, one more question came in, so I missed. Okay, what are the chemical testing we should do in geotechnical investigation?
That we have already, that is the basic chemical test results that we have already mentioned, right? Okay.
Okay. Can we make building earthquake proof with the help of geotechnical work? One more time.
The building earthquake. See, actually,
Yeah.
there is seismic analysis that in all the geotechnical investigation. Once we give the recommendation, we will be mentioning which seismic class the site is falling into. If it is A, B, C, D, E, F, there are some classes. Accordingly, if it is if your area is liquefiable, your site class will be seismic site class will be definitely fall into F category. That means you need to do the improvement, then only you can start construction at that site. So so giving seismic analysis, we can, that is a nice question actually. By doing the seismic analysis, we can have an earthquake. It is not earthquake proof, but it will definitely consider all the factors for the earthquake.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rana. I have one more question.
Somebody is asking like, can you answer my question that I have put in the Q&A chat? Yeah, so that is the.
I'm going to that. I've seen the question. I'll be asking that. But before that, we'll just do this one. What are the most difficult problems you're facing in geotechnical investigation?
Geotechnical investigation, yes, maybe some of the strata, same as I mentioned earlier, some of the strata, if you are going down, it may be very hard to drill. That is one of the, even our drilling bits may got broken. So that is one challenging thing that we are facing. And first and most, the super challenge that we are facing is the people should understand the time it needs. It has to take for completing the geotechnical investigation. It is not like a test result, like, okay, we are performing a test and immediately we will get the results. It is not. And also, once we issued the geotechnical investigation report, the results can change based on the calculation, based on the method, based on the suggestion. And definitely we will always consider and understand the part of the client side as well. If they are very much costly or something, with some of the recommendations and some of the suggestions and improvement methods may seems very what it is not budget friendly, that time if we can help in that way. So the geotechnical investigation report may have several revisions, like it is an interpretative report based to engineers side to side, the results can vary. So we cannot predict this. It is not a unit value that we are giving. It may change.
Okay, one question from Ms. I have seen you mention experienced geologists to do subsurface analysis only. You didn't mention about geophysicists who widely do the survey and analyze the subsurface geology using various geophysical methods.
Okay.
Can you explain why?
Okay, actually, so sorry for not mentioning the geophysicist. Okay, that is actually geophysical engineering. It's another branch of geotechnical engineering. Geotechnical investigation and geophysical investigations are hand in hand, or like sisters or brothers of geotechnical engineering. If we can take geophysical as a separate topic, we can have a very and another webinar itself, because it is a different stream. Definitely, by doing geophysical analysis, we can understand the, especially same like the question earthquake proof, we can understand the stratigraphy, how worse it is, any cavities are there. We can do MSW analysis, and we can make sure whether any cavities are there, any loose stratas are there, everything we can understand. So yeah, geophysical is also one of the main and mainstream in geotechnical engineering. Thank you for pointing out that.
Yeah, I think that is it for today. The questions we have answered all the questions in the
Okay.
chat
If
box.
there are any questions later also, we can communicate that by email or anything. We are always happy to help you guys. If you have any questions in turn personally or via email, you can ask. We will be happy to answer all the time.
As we wrap up for today, thank you all for joining us in an engaging webinar on the importance of geotechnical investigation in construction. We covered a lot during this session, and a special thanks to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Rana, and Ms. Hamda for sharing her expertise and enriching our discussion. For those who may have missed part of today's session or want to revisit it, I'm pleased to inform you that the webinar was recorded and you can access it later through our website or our YouTube channel. If you have any further questions or would like to continue the conversation, please feel free to reach out to us. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter and for updates and for future webinar events. And you also contact us directly through our social media platforms. That is on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. We are willing to help you. Thank you once again for all the participation and valuable contribution. And we want to thank all those who asked the very important questions during this session. And we look forward to staying connected and continue this journey of learning together. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.